I have zero empathy left for any of these people. I wish only the worst.
I wish someone would come up and do it to my face, because that's never happened before yet, because they don't have the fucking chutzpah or balls to do that.
Well, that's funny. I invited one to call in today. I suppose he didn't respond.
He did respond. He declined.
Wow, he declined.
Yeah, he did.
What a fucking bitch-made coward.
Yeah.
Wow.
He
So
says
you can't stand on your shit there, huh?
Who's this?
let me skip forward a bit. The Creator Clash's former editor. Where's that? Here, let me pull that up.
it's in the section at the end when you said we were going to talk about all of this.
But also, it segues nicely.
Yeah, it's happening.
Hit it, Nate.
Yeah.
This guy, Froggy Tonic, who is a previous editor and friend of Anissa and iDubbbz, who also, I mean, Anissa was interacting with him as far as like the same day, talking to him on Twitter. So she's at least on friendly terms with them. That being said, my criticism is obviously of him. Although I'll be on, okay, whatever. I'm not going to get into that right now. He said a lot of shit previously the day before. What was it? Wasn't there? Somebody posted an album, all the crazy shit he's
I think
been
he
going
was saying
on
he
about.
used to be a fan of yours and he defended you until a certain point. I forgot.
He's like
when.
it seems like he's a deep level snarker. But here's the caliber of tweets that this guy's putting out that is supposedly on my friend's feed, who are afterwards willing to still engage in friendly conversation with him. Just learned 2 years before Ethan's dog's death, some H3 fans voiced concern for his chronic vomiting, pointing to kidney failure, got shunned by other fans. Ethan declined the advice, stayed course, cheese as treats. Fast forward, dog dies of kidney failure at 6 years old, lifespan 13 years. He also says, so now, how can you shun a fallen fan when they worry about their 3 kids, when they can't be bothered to protect their dogs? Little homie even ingested pills left on the floor. Like, come on, man. And someone else responded. Then he gets a super cringe tattoo commemorating the torturous, agonizing death. This has been one of the main talking points that's been going on in Snark is just, you know, they have no limit. They just go for whatever they presume is the most painful. And obviously blaming me for killing my beloved pet, and then extrapolating meaning to somehow say I'm abusing my kids. There's actually no limit to their cruelty. And I listen, I've been dealing with this shit for like 2 years at this point. The part that got to me about this is just like, this is apparently someone who's like a professional career as an editor, who's worked with my friends on the previous Creator Clash, edited everything for them, who they still interact friendly with. And that just fucking breaks my heart. It does, as a human being. Let me read what I said. These evil fucking C-words are working around the clock. This former editor for iDubbbz said this. I took Shredder to the doctor many times over the years. I told him repeatedly about Shredder's frequent puking. He always told me it was normal for his breed. I told him about his odd bad breath. The doctor kept telling me he was fine. I am so fucking pissed at that veterinarian. I literally took Shredder to the doctor like, it feels like 5 to 8 times that year leading up to that. And they kept telling me he was fucking fine. And it drives me fucking angry. Because as I read about it more, I never suspected he had kidney problems. And when I started reading about it afterwards, it was like bad breath, nausea, not eating. These are all signs. And this is like exactly what I was telling the fucking vet about. The doctor never ordered blood testing, although we did some probably a year before and he was fine. Even the day before Shredder's diagnosis, I told my mom to bring him to the vet because he seemed off. I was on a vacation with the kids and Hila's mom at the time in San Diego. And even then, when my mom took him to the vet, he took his vital signs and he said he looked fine. The very next day, Shredder was puking out his meals. So my mom, thinking she'd being overly concerned, took him back the next day and insisted they do a blood test. Next day after that, we got a call saying Shredder had stage 4 kidney failure and needed to go to the hospital to get his kidneys flushed or he would die. He spent the next 3 days in the hospital, and while we got his values to go down, damage was already done, and over the next 6 months, his kidney continued to give out. It was one of the most painful, traumatic experiences of my entire life. I love that dog, as all of you guys know, with my heart and soul, and I would have done anything for him. I would have given him a kidney if I could. Using this as some kind of psychotic own to impugn my character is just cruel, pathetic on levels most humans aren't capable of. Fuck you, you piece of shit, and fuck my, quote, friends, too, who I have stood by all these years, who can't find their spine. I don't need any fair weather friends. And that's all I'll say about that. Listen, it's all nice and good to reach out and say like, hey, just so you know, he doesn't work for us anymore. And I'm really sorry that you're going through this. And openly communicating with somebody who's actively saying this shit. And by the way, all the people that openly defend these people, this is all snark information. This is all shit that is on snark. And this is the shit that they talk about every day. This isn't just appear out of the ether. People like Adam McIntyre, people like Hassan, people like all these fucking journalists, Mike from PA, all these people, they are fucking co-signing, they are participating, and they are reading this type of deranged, inhuman cruelty. And all pretending like this is normal and it's okay and I'm crazy. There are journalists participating in the active gaslighting of me to imply that I'm the fucking crazy one. All this fucking bullshit because I hate Hamas, hate terrorists, and think a two-state solution is the best option in the interim. Imagine being a privileged American college student whose greatest hardship is missing their dinner meal plan, who has never known danger, telling my wife, who lived through the second Intifada, anything about this conflict. You are a fucking tourist and you don't know shit. Fuck you. And if you think being cruel will stop me, it won't. I promise you that. And then the thing is, like, I'm reading this because, like, at this point I feel the need to defend myself, that I didn't fucking like intentionally and maliciously kill my dog. Like, dude, now he's saying that little homie even ingested pills left on the floor. Like, come on, man. I told this story. When Shredder was about 1 or 2, a guest at our house accidentally dropped an Adderall pill wrapped in plastic on the floor. Shredder picked it up and was tearing at the plastic. Once I realized what he was chewing on, I rushed him to the hospital where they pumped his stomach. I once on the show wondered if this horrible accident could have damaged his kidney. Leave it to these evil, obsessive freaks to turn that into another talking point. Fuck anyone that openly assaults with these freaks, who shouts out the snark subreddit, who uncritically accepts any of this vile poison without question. I will never forgive. I will never forget any of you participated in this. When people like Adam fucking McIntyre in a year from now try to be friendly and pretend like not like, bro, you are such a sick, fucked up dude for just going along with this stuff. And let me tell you this. As someone who's been on the receiving end of harassment on the internet, you'd think that you would be more empathetic for it instead of actively fucking jumping on a bandwagon to say shit actively like this. And it goes on to, in this snark video, to go on even further to show stuff that Adam said, like talking about how I'm trying to silence their criticism. It's just fucking cruel, dude. It's just cruel, man. Like, is that what it's for, clout? You just wanted to get some clouts from some psychos online, and so you turn into like this absolutely cruel fucking mean girl? And like, by the way, good luck with these fans. They're really fucking well-adjusted and super supportive. When you say one thing they don't like, guess who they're coming for next, Adam? And guess who's not going to be crying any fucking tears or running to your defense, scumbag? I expected this kid to be more mature and more caring and more empathetic, considering what he's been through. And you know, and I'll say this too. You know, what a fucking asshole for putting you in that position, Olivia. You're friends with him. And you don't have to say anything, but like, what a fucking piece of shit. What a bad friend to put you in that position just for some fucking clout. And then it gets people angry at you, like, oh, how can she be friends with him? Which is total bullshit, okay? Olivia did not do anything. And by the way, we were all friends with Adam for a long time until he decided that, like, he could get some clout by being a total fucking psychopath and participate in snark. Like, what a shitty friend. What a little freak, dude. It's just pathetic. So yeah, he's accused me of leaving pills on the floor. And yeah, so I'm feeling at a point to defend myself against. Anyway, this guy was saying shit like that Hila's a Nazi, that she kills kids, that she went on like she's like a IDF baby killer, all this types of shit, and that's showing up right up on us Nisa's and IDub's feed. My good fucking friends who I stood by after all these fucking years can't find a spine to speak up. You know why? Because they'll get murdered for saying one goddamn fucking thing in our defense. Like, actually, Hila's not a baby killer. Actually, accusing Ethan of killing his dog is maybe too far, because they have mobilized such an insane harassment group that anybody who says any fucking thing, they will attempt to ruin their lives. And once again, I'm the crazy one. It's not bad enough that I have this group of people harassing me and everyone in my life. It's that people outside of this group, journalists, creators, are actively participating in this gaslighting to make it seem like I'm fucking crazy. Like, dude, I probably done and stood by iDubbbz and Anissa more than anybody. I've stood by them when all the internet hated them because I love those guys. I vouched for their character, and I stood by them 100%. And listen, I'm not saying that they're not the good, nice, fine people that I thought they were, but I'll say this: I don't think they're fucking any friends of mine. That's what I'll say at this moment. And certainly, I don't think they're any fucking friends of mine based on the text conversation I had with them too before I even talked about it. So I have nothing. Like, I don't need any fucking halfway friends, man. That's not what I need. How could you not say something when this is like, imagine like one of you guys is like, Hassan actually wants to go to Gaza so he can strangle Israeli babies. Or some shit like that. I'd be like, you imagine me not saying something. Hassan actually killed his fucking dog. You think that I would let that slide as much as I hate Hassan? You don't think I would say something? Somehow it's like admirable right now to just be like, yeah, that's true. I refuse to acknowledge any common human decency at all. Ethan is the worst person that ever lived. He is evil in every conceivable way, and we must destroy him. Why? I really don't know. I really don't.